guys, to Crypto Kin News. Today we have a guest with me. He is the founder of KinFit, and some of you may know him as Hiker. Thank you ever so much for joining, Moose. That's much appreciated.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for asking me, and thanks for doing these kind of chats. I think it does the community a great service.
No, that's all right. I just do it because I enjoy it. So if you're happy, we'll just jump into some questions which the community has asked.
Hey, that sounds fine.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so the first question was, are you planning to release any new spends within KinFit?
Well, yes, we are. We're throwing about a number of ideas, and of course, the technical side of the app is run by Luke, who is in Amsterdam, and we're not going to talk much about what they are, but we're always looking for new spins. Right now, our big emphasis is kind of waiting, like everybody else, we're waiting to see what the SEC does, what the courts do. It seems like we've been waiting for a long, long time, and of course, everybody has. But so much of the project, the Kin project, is on hold, waiting for clarity on moving forward on the legal side. And of course, once we get that, whatever the answer is, we'll move forward with KinFit and with Kin, of course. But we do have spins that we're working on. Right now, I think our biggest emphasis is going to be on marketing. We began from nothing, and we've got over 5,000 users now that walk and earn Kin with KinFit. So our goal, I think, as Kin starts to come out of this cloud that we've been under, is to get KinFit in front of more people. And that takes money, it takes time, it takes effort. And like everybody else, we've just been waiting for the right time to start putting those expenditures out there.
Okay, yeah, that's very interesting. I think a lot of people are in the same boat as you, really waiting for the SEC to make their minds up, and hopefully the judge will obviously give a decision soon. I know a lot of people say soon, and it's a bit of a meme at the moment. So question number 2: do you have plans to create more Kin integrated apps?
Well, we don't actually. We've talked about a few over the last year or 18 months. We've talked about some ideas between the three of us, three partners in KinFit. The reality is that right now, I think we have an app that people are going to really enjoy using and get some great use out of. But we need to continue to refine KinFit, and we need to see what Kin is going to do and what the arc of growth of the entire ecosystem becomes. And right now, we're focused on KinFit, waiting for what we feel like is the right time to start a marketing push, so that we can grow this app into something that people around the world, by the millions, will want to use. We right now we have KinFit users on every continent on the globe, including Antarctica. So, that's kind of a, a, a wonderful thing when you think about it. And we want to grow those people. We want to grow the app so that it has value for more and more people. And we have a lot of great ideas for that, including working into a cycling connection so that people who ride bikes can also earn with KinFit, and a number of other things. So,
Okay.
while we're not really looking outside of KinFit, we're looking to grow KinFit substantially.
Oh wow, very interesting. Wow, it seems like a big project then. Wow, yeah.
It is. It's going to be as big as we let it be.
Mm,
And to be honest, I'd love to see it go huge. I'd love to see millions of people getting value out of KinFit and moving forward that way. So that's kind of where our emphasis is.
Cool.
As we just mentioned a minute ago, uh, crypto seems to be waking up, and with that, hopefully, we'll see a resolution to the legal issues that Kin has been facing, and we can all move forward and grow the entire ecosystem into something that regains the top 10 on CMC, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose at the moment we're all just waiting for the decision, aren't we? I would just like to say as well that I've been trying out your app for quite a while, and I do like the feature how you can donate. Is it to UNICEF? I believe it is.
It is to UNICEF. We we came up with that idea as a way to to give back, and of course, with the value of Kin as depressed as it has been, there's not a huge monetary value. So what we've done is KinFit, the app will 10 times the donations that are given, and on a quarterly basis, we make what ends up being a really modest donation to UNICEF. But um, over time, we expect that to grow, and with the growth of Kin and the growth of value of Kin, we hope that we can really do some good. Um, who doesn't want to help kids? And UNICEF is all about helping kids around the world.
Yeah, wow, that's oh well, that's really kind of you as well to be putting your own money forward as well. So I think a lot of the community would appreciate that, and I think hopefully that'll bring a lot of users to KinFit as well to try it out. I mean, I know quite a few people who's using it at the moment, and we all agree that it is really good. And I think Kin is a good way to monetize an app like that.
The really interesting thing about, real quick,
That's all right.
you touched on something. Um, the way, I don't know if you remember the discussions 18 months ago or so about where Kin was headed, but one of the most interesting things about it was a way to unbank and monetize the working poor of the world. Many people that that live on less than $1 a day. A microcurrency like Kin can make a huge positive impact in their life once the apps are fleshed out, the ecosystem is fleshed out. Um, People can earn and spend Kin and really change their lives outside of the Americas and Europe and that sort of thing. The first world countries. It's the secondary areas where the vast majority of human population lives. That Kin can be of huge value in changing people's lives, and that's what's really exciting to me. Everybody walks, so everybody can earn kin with KinFit, and while you and we can walk and it's fun, we enjoy it. We can move Kin around, we can spend it on things, we can earn it. It has the ability to change people's lives, and that's really why I got involved. That's what really intrigued me initially from when I first found Kin back in 2017 till deciding to dive into building an app and building a team. We haven't made any money. Nobody really has, and that's okay because it's all very developmental and um, it's all very new. Before early adopters, really. But it's always been about building something bigger than ourselves
Yeah,
and having a positive impact. And KinFit is a fun app. It encourages people to get off the couch and go move a little bit more, and that's a positive thing. Um, but overall, the ecosystem encourages people to be compensated for doing the basic things they do every day anyway, from having their information monetized by apps that don't compensate them, to watching advertisements, to performing small tasks, to walking with our app. And it has the potential to really change the way humanity interacts and how people's lives, the quality of their lives progresses. So I'm very hopeful. That's what's kept us going. Um, you know,
it's a
we'd
very
all
good
like to
idea.
make money. I'd love to make money, but that's always been kind of a moonshot sort of thing. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, I think we've done some pretty unique stuff as a community. The entire Kin community have done some things to really change the way that crypto works and the way that people interact. So that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kin ecosystem is very strong, and the community behind it. We've got a lot of people doing some great things, like Kin Ads and Josh from Kin Ads are doing some amazing
Yes.
things. The Kin Council have some amazing people on there as well. You know, really driving Kin forward, and I'm glad that they're getting more decentralized as well. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, no, it's all going very well. And obviously apps like you being very generous with your donations and creating really good spends will hopefully drive the demand even further forward, which I'm really looking forward to.
The big question now is getting kin to be a household word, and from our perspective, getting KinFit on as many mobile devices as we possibly can. Breaking the code and getting on board iOS with Apple was a big deal.
Yeah,
Um, and full credit to Luke. Actually, none of this would have happened without him. It was, I came up with the idea. I had nowhere near the technical prowess to pull it off by myself. So looking for really talented, really smart people to help was the key. And the what they say is that when you want to build something great, find people way smarter than you and put them in position to go out and make decisions and succeed. And we've done that. Luke, our technical director, is probably the most intelligent man I've ever met. He's just incredibly smart. Courtney, our web designer, does a great job. She did a lot of the UI work, and none of this would have happened without both of them. All three of us, coming together and doing this stuff. And so, that's really one of the best reasons to succeed, because everybody that's been a fan of us and been a part of this along the way wants to see us succeed, and we don't want to let them down. We want to build something that people find value with, and lots of people. Hopefully, we need to get out there, and we're just waiting for the right time to start putting some resources into marketing. And I think that time's coming. To be honest with you, I think the SEC will be. That I was involved with the lawsuit. I was a witness for the defense of Kin, and I got deposed by the SEC.
yes, I wasn't going to bring that up because I didn't want to put you under that sort of pressure.
Right. The reality is that I'm a strong believer in the Kin ecosystem. Um, in retrospect, hindsight's 2020, and had we known what was going on, it would have been better to do some things differently. Not selling the ICO or the uh, token TDE in the U.S. would have solved all that problems, and all of these issues that have held us back would not exist. So, but who knew? Who knew? Everybody used to think of the United States as that's where you go for technology. That's where you go for innovation. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think the U.S. has earned a reputation as kind of a Luddite nation, where it's all about rules and regulations, and it's all about control. It's not about freedom. It's not about innovation anymore, which is sad. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think we're getting close to a resolution, and I am optimistic on how that resolution comes out. But we'll see. I think we'll probably know before the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite hopeful as well. Listening to um, all of what the judge said, and Kick seemed to have some kick-ass lawyers. I think it was Patrick Gibbs.
They were smart.
Yeah, I mean Patrick Gibbs seemed to really own it. Um, yeah, so I'm quite hopeful, and I mean I'm going to be here to the end if I'm honest. Kin is more than just I don't know, more than a sort of token or investment or anything for me. I'm almost dedicated, almost like dedicated my life at the moment to Kin, and I enjoy it. And I think people who enjoy it will push the ecosystem forward. Hopefully, we'll just get
I
more
think you're right.
apps like yourself, and yeah, it'll just push the demand through, and hopefully with a good decision from the judge and code being released, we'll see some real good progress.
Well, I'm not one to uh, place prognostications or guesses, but I think that there's going to come a tipping point where um, a major app that everybody knows the name of will have partnered with or started using Kin, and this will probably happen soon after the SEC gives whatever resolution to that court case is, whenever that happens. And so mainstream um, consumer apps will no longer be afraid of being a part of the Kin network. It won't have that stigma attached to it, that cloud over its head, and we'll find a name that everybody knows. And I'm not going to throw any ideas out there because I don't have any information. I couldn't tell you who it would be, but I can tell you I think it's coming. Um, I mean, here we are in the middle of a bull run on crypto, and you've got DeFi out there, which is weird. I'm sorry, it's just weird. I've been following crypto for years, and um, you know the gams and the sushis and this and that, and it's very bubble like. It's very pyramid
Hmm.
like. And I'm not going to say anything is a scam because I've heard Kin be called a scam when we all know it's not. But um, I'm going to say that I don't think that that's the future. I think that getting mainstream humanity, and I'm not going to say Americans, I'm not going to say Europeans, because I don't think we matter that much, especially with Kin. It's the youths of the world and the unbanked of the world, getting them to where they're communicating and transacting and building with Kin. They're earning and spending, they're buying things, they're selling things with Kin. Um, I think that's going to be incredible, even today with Bitcoin on a tear and Ethereum on a tear and everything growing by leaps and bounds. Nobody has the transactions that Kin has. Nobody has the user base that Kin has. We have millions of people using Kin on a regular basis. We have just millions and millions, and it's growing. I
Yeah.
remember when we hit 100,000 users, and we were very excited a couple of years ago. But we've got millions now, and um, then it's going to be tens of millions, and then hundreds of millions. And
Will it have
the
that 1 billion?
opportunity to oh yeah, the old line is, it used to be that making $1 million was cool. How about making $1 billion? That line from Social Network and the Winklevoss twins. Um, I remain very excited, and I remain very bullish on the Kin ecosystem as a whole. I think that we're doing everything we can to put KinFit in a position to be a part of that and to grow with it and to provide something that users find valuable. And if we can do that, then the money will follow. The what I learned, I think, more than anything else from Ted Livingston, is that if you build a good product and you stay away from the SEC, that you'll be successful, and the money will come at some point. But building the product as best as you can should be the goal. And so many other projects went all marketing early and
Yeah.
filled in the gaps later with technology. And we all know who did that and which projects were that way. But I want KinFit to be the best it can. I want Kin to be the best it can, and we're excited to be a part of it. So moving forward, we're very very excited.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we're all glad to have your app in the ecosystem. I know you mentioned Ted briefly there. He he was the one who caught my eye initially. He wasn't, the typical sort of marketing guy. He was
Right.
just so passionate about his project, and you could see from his AMAs that he really believed in the vision. And I think that's what probably brought me and multiple people I know really to jump into Kin, because it wasn't the typical dump and pump coin. He wasn't saying we're going to be
Right.
millionaires overnight. He was just being realistic. He was saying, you know, if there's millions of people using an app or using a cryptocurrency to buy and sell, the value will, most likely rise. He didn't say it will rise, but he was just being realistic. Like anything, if you've got millions of people buying and selling, and it's got real utility, then it is going to rise. And I think he wants a fairer world, and I totally believe in his vision. And it I just think he's been very unfortunate with the SEC, and I really hope that whatever happens, this is obviously just my opinion, whatever happens, that he just carries on, and the Kim Foundation stays strong, and we just keep driving forward, which I'm sure they will. Ted's had a really tough time of it, and I don't think he deserved that.
No, no, obviously.
He's done it for genuine reasons.
Ted, absolutely. And I agree with you. He's one of the reasons I got involved when I did, and what attracted me to Kin was his vision. What's exciting about Ted is that he's a young guy. He's early 30s. I don't know his exact age, but he started with BlackBerry, spent several years building their texting uh, program, their messaging program, and then split off and went his own way and built Kick. He was still in his early to mid 20s when he did that, and built $1 billion company before he turned 30. And so visionaries like that can move the world. Now, he said some things that the SEC brought up and threw up in his face, and in retrospect, he probably shouldn't have had so much bravado. But the truth is, he had an incredible idea, and he knew it, and he was excited about it, and he did more to bring it to fruition than most people ever. A lot of people have big ideas, but so few people ever follow through, and he did it. It's been a tough 2 years.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think like the major difference with Ted is that obviously he was just so passionate about his idea. And obviously the other people who's probably been sued by the SEC in the past, just wanted to make some money. So that's why I think a lot of
Right,
people are sticking with Kin and his vision, because they know, they're not in it for a quick buck. They're in it really to change the world, and their idea and their monetization models for developers is huge.
right.
Fighting the monopolies to be able to actually monetize your apps.
That's exactly the point, and very, very astute observation. He could have marketed the hell out of Kin and built it into some kind of pumped up crap coin that would now be worthless if he had just marketed, you know. Um, but no, he built. He hired us an incredibly strong team, technical team, and they went to work. Um, Multinational team. Of course, the Israelis were key in the initial creation of the Ken blockchain, and the different iterations that we went through when there were problems with Ethereum, and then moving on to all the different cycles that Ken went through as it was growing and building out. Those are really necessary cycles to go through, necessary situations because they're learning experiences. But they took time and they took resources. And then the United States, of course, the bully on the block with the big stick, um, really uh, beat everything down. And it's a huge cloud over the entire crypto space. I think we're going to win. I certainly hope we are. Time will tell, but I think we'll have resolution one way or another relatively soon. Still.
Cool. Yeah, no, thank you for your opinion. Obviously, just for viewers out there, obviously everything I say and you say is just your opinion. Obviously, we don't know anything other than what's public.
Obviously, yeah, but we don't. I'm not involved, and you're not involved.
No.
We've been on the periphery, looking in for a long time, and we've had time to learn some things about the system and what has happened, and a lot of things we have the perspective we have is in retrospect. So, but no, I'm not a principal of
No.
the lawsuit, and I'm not involved with Kin other than as a developer of the app. So
Yeah.
the KinFit app.
Cool. So we got two more questions.
Okay.
So one of the questions was, what is your personal stance on Barcelona migration?
Well, Solana has, by all accounts, it's just a Lamborghini of a blockchain. It's super fast. It's super strong. Um, I've learned a little bit about the methodology that they've used to make it stronger. The splitting up of computational uh, work into smaller pieces and then computing in parallel. The age old idea of going from single core processors to multi core processors. Well,
Yeah.
they've done it on a blockchain level, and it seems to be incredibly fast. Um, they are brand new, so time will tell. It looks like we're going to be doing a move over to their blockchain, um, because on a technical level, from all indications from the kin folks, that it works well. So I'm excited by that. And, what it tells me is that the project is still working towards a consumer ready, widespread, multi 100 million user blockchain, which is the way they've always been moving.
I totally agree with you. I agree with you on that one. I think whatever it takes for us to become, um, able to handle, millions of users monthly, and potentially maybe a billion, but that's obviously my dream. Hopefully that'll come true. Um, One of the last questions was, does the low liquidity on exchanges matter to you?
Oh, very much so. I think it's a problem for everybody who transacts in kin right now. It means that when we start talking to users about earning and spending kin, for one of the first things they ask is, well, what is kin worth? If I earn 500 kin, what can I buy with that? And the answer, of course, is not much right now. Kin is trading somewhere around $10 or $11 per million, which is higher than it was. I'll give it that. It's considerably higher than it was. I think it got down to around $2, 250 a million, which is extremely low, and it's come up. And I think that's due in part to what we were talking about before, the excitement about the Solana blockchain, and of course for those of us that are a little bit more knowledgeable about what Kin is doing, the upcoming code app and all the things surrounding that. So, yeah, low liquidity is a problem. And again, it all goes back to, we can trace the problems back to the SEC and the cloud that their actions have brought over the project. Um, the larger reputable exchanges won't list Kin right now. And that's a problem. It's a problem that damages everybody associated with Kin, the innocent consumers, the people who have actually invested their energy and their time and their money in building on the Kin blockchain, and the regular users who are using apps to try and earn and spend Kin. They've all been hurt by the United States government and the SEC's actions. Um, there are some places where you can transact Kin on exchange. There have been some problem exchanges. Many exchanges won't allow United States citizens to conduct business because of the onerous regulations, and actually the lack of regulation. The uncertainty is really what drives a lot of the reluctance on the part of other exchanges and other apps for getting involved with kin. Um, there's been issues with CoinTiger. We moved some kin um, to try and actually monetize some to, in order to be ready to do the marketing push I was speaking about earlier. To be ready for that, we needed to cash out some kin, just in the normal course of business. And we ended up having a large chunk of kin held for more than 30 days by CoinTiger. They finally released it, but not without public pressure on Twitter. There are other people that still haven't. My understanding is that there are some folks that still have kin stuck on exchanges like CoinTiger, and that's a shame. They're um, they're not regulated. They're not answerable, and you've got to be really careful. Once we get out from under this cloud, this regulatory legal cloud that we've been put under, um, uh, the entirety of the crypto world will be available to us. People like to say, win on Coinbase, win Binance. That's coming. It's going to come. It's kin is simply going to be too big for it not to. Nothing's going to happen until the SEC issue is resolved.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with what you said. And talking about CoinTiger, I've actually had a similar issue, but it was held for I think about 3 days. Obviously, not as long as yours, but they really took their time about it, and their support was terrible. They would barely answer my
Yes, very
questions.
very bad.
They was just saying, please be patient or something like that, and it took quite a while for me to get it resolved.
We had many thousands of dollars hung up for over 30 days, and you know, at some point after the first week, I didn't expect to get it back. Um, and I just bided my time. And after 30 days, I started, hammering them on Twitter, asking why they're not a reputable exchange. Why are they taking people's money? Why aren't they, why are they acting like this? Don't they think people should know that if you do exchange, if you exchange on CoinTiger, you may lose your money. And within about 36 hours of starting that, they released my money. They released our funds, and so we were able to, lesson learned. You can't use exchanges that act like that. So you take a risk every time you do. I don't want to turn this into an anti-coin tiger exchange, but I do want to protect as best I can, other kin users who may get stuck, who may get hurt. Um, if we know there's a problem with a certain exchange, we need to exchange that information. We need to make it public and make sure that people's assets are protected as best we can, because it really is the wild, wild west in a lot of ways. And one of the things I'm looking forward to is seeing real exchanges with real rules and real customer service departments that can fix issues, that are accountable for their actions. Right now, there's plenty of exchanges out there that are not accountable. They're not reachable. So,
Okay, yeah. No, I totally agree. We need some proper decent exchanges. I think we've done quite well in the last month or so to get Gate.io and Bitfund Global. We're certainly climbing the ranks on the exchanges. Um, I guess my last question will be, what exchange would you hope for? Would it be Binance, Coinbase, or what would be your choice?
well, as a U.S. citizen, for now, uh, I, I I got started trading on Binance back when they allowed U.S. citizens. Now they have Binance.us for U.S. folks. It's not quite the same, but it's very similar. Um, I think for the U.S. and Europe, North America and Europe, getting Coinbase on board, and we're already on board Coinbase custody, excuse me. And I think we were very close to getting a Coinbase listing um, a year and a half ago, and then the full weight of the United States government came down with the SEC, and everything stopped.
Yeah.
Getting on Coinbase because it's available in the U.S. and you can do a direct from fiat purchase of any uh, currency that they carry from Binance, or excuse me, from Bitcoin to Ethereum to BAT, basic attention token, which has tried to do a lot of the things that Ken's doing, but they're focused mostly on the marketing, certainly not on the actual technical side like Ken is.
Yeah.
So getting on to Coinbase, I think, would uh, bring a lot of eyes to the project and bring a lot of interest. And if you see that Coinbase is offering Ken, and then you see, wow, they've got 50, 55, 57, 59, 60 some apps, and I can earn more Ken by walking. I can earn Ken by doing these other things. I can fill in the blank. I can watch ads. I can put on makeup and play, and I can do these other things. I can play these games. Suddenly, you've got literally global interest in a way that you wouldn't have otherwise. And so that's the mainstreaming I think that we're all waiting for. And for those few people who are actually holding Kin as a speculative asset, um, to those of us who hold Kin because we need it for our project, we need it for our apps. And again, things like one of your first questions was about what kind of spins are we working on at KinFit. Well, we have ideas, but our emphasis is not on spins, even though the KRE is being adjusted to, or buys, I guess, as the phraseology goes. The KRE is being adjusted to more reward buys. Um, I'm not about maximizing the KRE reward for KinFit. I'm about getting KinFit in front of every possible human being that I can that has a phone, so that they can earn money, so they can earn an asset that has value, and do things with it. That's what I'm about. And the way I feel about it is that we're not going to go and chase KRE rewards. We like them, we need them, we want them, but they'll come. They will come. We're not out to have $1,000 or 1,000 Kin spins on every little purchase so that we get lots of bubbles on the Kin bubble machine. No, I want a lot of people walking with KinFit. I want hundreds of millions of people walking every day with KinFit. And we get there, the money will be there. Everybody will be happy if we're there. So that's our focus. That's we've had extensive talks, Courtney and Luke and I, about direction and plans, and I think our singular goal is to put KinFit in front of as many people as we possibly can around the world, and that's what we're pushing for.
Yeah, no, cool, very interesting. And I totally think you'll get there. And I think you're going the right way about it. I think a lot of people
Thanks.
in your position would probably be aiming to maximize the KRE rewards. But it seems like you're really trying to push, for real demand, and you're creating, a really solid app. So I think we'd all in the Kin ecosystem appreciate you doing that, really, because it would be quite easy
Well,
for
thanks.
you to chase the KRE. And yeah, thank you ever so much for coming on. I really appreciate that.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah, no, definitely. It'll be really good.
Okay. Hey, thanks. Have a good day.
Cool. Thank you for joining me.